What is going on, everybody? How you doing? How you living? How you been? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Clocking Out. I am the man with the plan here, Burt McGurk, aka PR the King of Hearts. And today is day 3 of my somewhat sort of not really 30-day streaming attempt of a marathon or whatever you would like to call it. My back is itchy. Today, I look like a hot mess because it is hot in here and I have to turn off everything in order to not have a crazy sound. So you can hear the fan in the back. See, the more that I put the gain in the mic, but that's what I'm sorry. It's the best that I could do. If not, I'm gonna like fry in here. I hope everybody had a great day. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. I hope everyone is spending it with family and loved ones. I hope you guys have plans to enjoy your day, whether it's out in the sun. Let's hope that the rain that we have today, I don't know if it's raining where you guys are, but it's raining here today. And I hope tomorrow is just a better day as far as weather, so that we can all enjoy it with our family and loved ones and do some barbecues and go to the beach and see some fireworks and all that good stuff. But anyway, today, we will be talking about, hold on, let me lower this a little bit. I didn't even know I could do that. That helps out so much more. Today, we are going to be talking about something that's like, it's been around as far as like, I mean, like it's been more common lately in social media, and you see people, hold on, I don't even got the comments up. Hold on, let me put that up. Something that a lot of creators and independent artists and things like that tend to suffer from every now and then. And it's imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is real, but you know what? So am I. So am I, buddy. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about that. Have you ever felt like a fraud when you're doing something, even when it's something good? Like you feel like you're faking something, or you feel something in your gut that isn't right, that doesn't sit right with you. Like it doesn't agree with what your actions are or what you're saying. And it tends to get to you a little bit. And then you start overthinking after you did that favor or that deed. And you start questioning if you did it for the right person or for the right reasons. Because I know I've had situations like that where you always try to do what's right because it's right, but sometimes it doesn't always go that way. It's not always what we seem or what it seems to be and what we think it is and believe it is. We always take things, or a lot of us take things for face value and what it looks like. And it's messed up to say, but a lot of people tend to be a wolf in sheep's clothing, as they say. And sometimes we make mistakes and we invest our time and energy into the wrong things, and we learn the hard way, right? And sometimes we just put ourselves in those positions where we feel like we're faking the funk. You know, we're not being real with ourselves. We're not being real with anybody that's taking the time to show love and support to us. We don't want to sit there and listen to the feedback that they're giving us. We don't want to admit that we're wrong and that what we're doing isn't really working. You know, we all go through those things. Why isn't I getting this notification? Nope, I'm still live. Hold on. Something's saying it's not connected to my computer. Is my mic on? Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm getting a weird notification on my computer, but it seems like everything's okay. Video is good. Mic is good. Sound is on. Unless I'm mistaken. No, we're good. Okay, hold on. What's going on right now? All right. So, anyway, so today what we're going to be talking about is imposter syndrome, right? And I think what a lot of us suffer from when we're trying to be creative and put ourselves out there on social media and all these content creating platforms and everything is that we suffer from like this thing where we just don't know if we're really being us or we're following the trend of what's out there on social media and trying to keep up with all these other streamers and content creators. And we get stuck in this repetitive stuff as far as creating the same type of content, similar styles. And you really just fall into this rabbit hole and this like funnel. What's going on, man? And your name is always freaking crazy as hell when it's all when it's not, when I don't see the capital letters to separate the words. It looks like this big ass like fucking wizard Harry Potter spell. Father Jinjo's going on, man. So yeah, so what I wanted to talk about today is basically like self-doubt. And it happens a lot when people are trying to be creative. You have this self-doubt where you feel like you're not really sure of what your actions are or your decisions, because you're really not 100% on what it is that you're trying to do or trying to become. Because in order to build something, make something, create something, it doesn't matter what it is, you have to become a certain person in order to be disciplined enough to do those necessary things and achieve those necessary goals in order to reach where you're trying to go. You're trying to reach that destination of being the person that you envision in your head, but you know for a fact you can't reach that goal or that vision without changing who you are. You have to be more disciplined. You have to be more on point with what it is that you're going to be doing in every movement that you make to make sure that it's going towards what your mission is, what your goal is. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is that you end up in this repetitive cycle of trying to keep up with everybody else. Instead of having a goal in line, you're comparing yourself to other people and you think you have to do what they're doing to get to those same results. Meanwhile, you're not keeping true to yourself and the decisions that you made and what you originally planned. You started off on the right foot. You started getting momentum. You started getting attention. You started building up. You started networking with people. And then what happens is that you start veering off a little bit because you lose focus of what it is that you truly should be doing. You start following your gut and your heart, and then you switch it, and then you start following what you think is necessary as far as like the algorithm and what people say you should do time wise, when you should post, what type of subject you should post. We start getting hung up on Chat GPT, asking it what we should do. And you have to remember, there's a million people that are content creators probably asking the same exact thing to these AI generative like applications that you're asking. So you're going to get the same answers and the same results. At the end of the day, you should just be using it as inspiration to get an idea of your own and put a twist to it and then put it out there in the world and be more creative that way. But a lot of us are getting hung up on it. And that's what I feel like. Yo, what's going on, Nacho? A lot of us get hung up on it. And I feel like that's where the imposter syndrome comes. That's where the whole thing of self-doubt comes into play. And the lie of not being good enough, where it comes from and why it sticks, I'm really not sure, to be honest with you. Like, I always got that thing in my head sometimes also. It's like, yo, I'm not good enough to do this, or maybe I'm not the person that I should be in order to achieve these goals of this idea that I have. Nice. And I hope you have off tomorrow, man, so you can enjoy your 4th of July with your family and loved ones, man. But clocking out is always, I always love hearing that. When I'm at work and I was like, oh, I'm clocking out. It's like, you know. But I hope everyone is gonna have. I hope everyone has off tomorrow. I believe everyone does, unless you got like some like specific job, like for the state or the government, or your James Bond, or like Snake from Metal Gear Solid, and you got to go. But anyway, so moments I felt like I didn't deserve to be building clocking out really came more often than not. It's your son's birthday tomorrow. Nice. Happy birthday. Nice. Bouncing is always fun. You get to toss a few people around, especially, you know, when they get a little tipsy and they want to act up a bit. But basically, like I started focusing on the wrong things. And I noticed that in my mind, I started thinking about the whole thing of not being good enough. And I always started wondering where it came from, because I know that there was no one really around me that ever said those words to me. But I know for a fact that there were things done or other things said that made me feel that way, or gave me that impression that they were trying to say that, but just in a different way. Whether it was me as a person or me with whatever I was trying to create. I actually got to put this up more for whatever reason. I thought putting it down would be good, and it's making me sound a lot less. Hold on, guys. There we go. I bet they don't. You fucking lift houses and flip cars and shit. I don't fucking forget that. That's how I remember you. So I can only imagine. You should get a shirt like that. I lift houses and flip cars for fun. That's you should make a shirt like that. But I just started feeling like I didn't felt like I deserved to be building what I'm trying to build, only because of the fact that I felt like I wasn't the person that I was supposed to be. I wasn't disciplined enough. I wasn't focused enough. I was a little bit all over the place. I was ambitious and I had goals and dreams and passion to do all these different things. But at the same time, I was the type of person that I'd be very hard on myself on making those decisions of trying to make sacrifices. And the sacrifices would always lead towards just doing what the right thing is. And it was always just making sure I had a secure, stable job with stable income and benefits and all that stuff like that. You know, it's life stuff. We all go through it. There's no excuse. But then again, it's like we all hear those wonderful. I just feel like my shirt is sticking to me. I'm sorry, guys. We all hear like the wonderful stories. The wonderful stories that sound like overnight success of people that make it and are so successful and all this other stuff, and they were able to manage to balance a job or two jobs and do this. Like I try to use those people as motivation. I try to use that as my main source of inspiration, you know, for anybody that I feel like I could relate to in any type of way, just so that I could be like, you know what, if they did it, I could do it too. But sometimes it's just real life just kicks in, and it's like no matter how much you want to try, it's like that decision of whether doing what you want to do and doing what you know you have to kicks in. But it's gotten to the point now where I'm like, yo, the same way that I made certain things necessary 100%, like my job or whatever it was, I could do the same thing for the podcast. I can make this a mandatory thing. I could set time aside for this, no different than I would if I was going to the gym or going to go hang out or spend time with a girl or go and hang out with my kids. Like any of that stuff, like you have to set time for it. So I'm like, why don't I just do the same for the podcast and really try to stick for it? Why don't I just set a schedule with it? If I'm going to use Chat GPT and everything, why don't I use it for that? Instead of trying to come up with content suggestions and details and all that, help me build a better schedule with my time. Because I know my schedule isn't the same as everybody else's, so I'll get a different result. And so I took it that route, came up with a schedule, started staying focused, started moving forward with the episodes and everything like that. And I decided to start getting that thought out of my head that I wasn't good enough, because I never knew where the fuck it came from. And I know a lot of us suffer from that shit where we feel like we're not good enough in one situation or another. But the question is, where the fuck did that come from? Who planted that seed in your head? I know I'm not the only one that's thought of it. That says like, yo, you know what? Maybe I can't do it. Like, is that just like an automatic self voice in our head or some shit like that we get that thing? Like, I don't believe that. I think that seed is planted somewhere in our head from somewhere, like somebody or something that it has us when we have that moment that we're supposed to actually have some like motivation and some encouragement. And like, you would think all the time, 24/7, you're going to always root for yourself. But those situations happen when you sit there and for that, even if it's for a split second, you get that thing of self-doubt. And you start questioning, like, you go from, am I good enough, to why did I bother to do this? And you start critiquing old things that you did and start pointing out like the most embarrassing stuff and then make it even 10 times more embarrassing. And then you start overthinking about what other people who watched it or were there present for the moment were thinking. And when it doesn't even matter, it was probably years. Like you go down like all these things and like all these emotions and shit, bro. Like, and it just fucks with your head. See, I'm trying to keep up with all these other things. I have like this transcript thing going, so I'm trying to make sure that I'm paying attention so I keep track of what I'm saying, because I know I like to ramble. Yo, but again, also, Father Ginger, Nacho, if you guys have POAPs, I mean, not if you have POAPs, I have POAPs. If you guys have crypto wallets and you guys have your POAP wallets set up, make sure that you go to the website and you fill out the form that's on there if you would like to claim a POAP. A POAP is, in case you don't know, I'm pretty sure you do, but anyone listening or attending in any of the other YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, a POAP stands for Proof of Attendance Protocol. Basically, the simplest way I can explain it, to not be too technical about it, it's literally like a digital ticket stub. And it shows proof that you attended a live event like this, a live stream, or that you completed some type of a task in order to claim it. So it's basically just proof that you were there, that you did something, you were present, you were active, you were interactive. I mean, you were interacting with others in the chat or with myself, or, so we're going to be doing different things like that. And so being in the chat, interacting with me, coming in, hanging out for a while, interacting in any way that shows that you either listened or watched one of the recent episodes, or interacting in any of the most recent clips or reels, or what is it? It's Instagram reels, YouTube shorts, or clips on X or whatever. Like interacting with anything, any type of content that has to do with those week's episodes or those week's guest speakers. If you interact in that week, and there's ways that I've been looking at it, but right now, being that it's like just a handful of people coming in and out, I'm not making it too crazy. But the way that I'm going to do it in the future is basically there's a certain amount of things you have to do. And at the end of the week, if you come in at the end of the week and you tune in, you'll get another claim. So being this is toward the end of the week, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing one tomorrow because it's the 4th of July, but I might sneak in a live stream here or there. That, in all honesty, being that I'm not sure of the time, it's going to be random. So if people don't tune in, it's cool. But if you can just interact with the stream and the video afterwards, just to show that it basically, it's like an attendance thing throughout the week. And the more that you interact and the more that you do anything to show support to the podcast or any of the content that we're doing, or even the guest speakers, you're going to be rewarded a POAP. Now, the reason that these are going to be important is because we're going to use them as access tokens. I've given POAPs away in the past. If you have any of the POAPs that we have in the past, you have a level up, because you can combine it with our other POAPs that we're going to be having now in season 3. And it's going to give you, like, you can get either a bonus, a vote, or a bonus like access thing. So we're going to use it for raffles. We're going to use it for giveaways. We're going to use it for discount on exclusive merch. The exclusive merch is going to have utility in the sense that if you get it and you post a picture of it, of when you receive it, or a video, anything at all, showing that you like it or you don't like it, anything at all, whatever, but just showing that you purchased an item, you received an item, and you show it online and you tag us, that's another POAP, a different POAP. There's going to be 3 levels of POAPs for supporters. There's also going to be a paid POAP that you can go, like, if you can't attend any of the live streams or anything to claim it, if you want, you can just pay it. There's also going to be proud to pay merch that we're going to have also, that's going to have utility and advantages also. So, like, there's a lot of different things. So if you go on the website and just check it out, there's a lot of information on there. For this week's POAP, I'm going to make it public tomorrow, or at least I'm trying to. I already sent in the form and everything. I haven't received any links. I'm hoping tomorrow I get it in order for tomorrow. But if not, I'm just going to keep track of everything. And as soon as I get it, I can automatically send it to you guys. Go to the website, clockingout.net, and you'll see all the information. If after you read it, where the POAP section is at the bottom, you'll see a link. You click it. It's going to be a form. You fill out all the proper information. All right. You make sure that you give me your exact POAP wallet. Now, if you do not have a crypto wallet, it's all good. Don't worry about it, because you can use your email as a temporary one. You can still claim the POAP. You can still hold it. You can still use it and get access to, like, all the events and everything. So if you're still kind of new to the crypto world and you don't have a crypto wallet yet, you're all good. Just use your regular email. It's all good. Just make sure it's not a spam email, because if not, you might have some problems like getting in it or whatever. And I don't want to give anybody any spam or nothing. So POAPs, Proof of Attendance Protocol. If you're tuning in, showing love and support, and anything that shows that you're giving your time in any way to show support to us, give us feedback. We want to reward you for that, because we know that you could be doing anything else with that time, even if it's a second, a minute, whatever it is. So I want to show appreciation. We do have a website. We do have merch. If you like anything on there, please feel free, go buy something. It's pretty dope stuff. I'm gonna be wearing a lot of it soon. I have some of them now, but some of them were like test merch. So there's like little defects and things like that I don't like, which I don't want to show on here. But I did order some other stuff for the summer. I got some new summer stuff coming up: basketball jerseys, basketball shorts, socks, and all this other like crazy things I've been playing around with. So yeah, make sure you check that out. Anytime you make a purchase, make a post, make sure you tag us. That's another POAP. And POAPs aren't only just for like merch and things. They're random giveaways. You could win some VFriend stuff. You could win another NFT. You could win some money, maybe. Who knows? Like I have a bunch of different things like in the works and in the mix. So whenever you see a giveaway, the only way you're going to be able to access it and get into it is if you have a POAP. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're tuning in and showing love. Thank you so much, Naksha. Yeah, check out the website and check. I made it extremely easy. Like, it's a simple website. There's like 2 different tiers of merch. The first one, like, I understand like a lot of stuff is expensive. I've been in that position before where I would like to help support any creators out there, but sometimes a lot of the stuff is out of my current budget. So I understand that, and I remembered that. So I want to make sure that I had a section that was made for people so that no matter what, it's like cheap stuff. You can go and check it out. It's shirts, hoodies, that everything it's real affordable. The only thing I've been trying to work with that I'm going to see what I could do is the shipping. Shipping is the only thing I know it kind of like kills the price a little bit, even with the price being low. So it's things like that, in the future, once things start picking up more and more, I'm going to play around with. But for right now, I did my best to do everything really affordable. The goal is just to get clocking out there. It's really not about profit. But anything else, like if you would like to get something that's more expensive and more higher in quality, you can go to the Proud to Pay section. That is also going to get you a POAP. If you make a purchase in the Proud to Pay section, regardless if you post it up or not, you'll get a POAP for that. The other one, that's the V1 line. That's the affordable one. The V1 line, those are the ones that if you make a purchase and you post it online and tag us, you'll get a POAP for that way. And the Proud to Pay, there's 2 different lines on it. There's the clocking out V2 line, and then there's the above average line. So yeah, go check them out. And everything basically is set up so that all the profits of the website go into a pot, and that pot is meant to help all our guest speakers and independent artists, independent creators, independent business owners. Anytime they come on, we try to figure out a way to help them out to make sure that we can get their product out there, give people samples of their product, do giveaways of their stuff. So there's a lot of different ideas around it, but it's all focused on supporting independent artists and anyone that comes and shows love and support to us. So it's greatly appreciated. I love y'all. This episode is a little bit all over the place. I'm not gonna lie, because more of you popped up today than before. So I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys recognition. But there was what were we talking about? All right. So imposter syndrome, basically in my own life, right? I had imposter syndrome. I had this thing where I really didn't know if I was being true to myself, if I was just too stuck on this character that I believed that I had to be for social media and online and creating content, because I felt like a lot of the stuff that I wanted to be as far as myself and presenting it online wasn't going to fly, or it wasn't going to go good with the brands or names that I was trying to collaborate or mingle with and mesh with, So I felt like I had to be a certain type of image in order to be accepted everywhere and anywhere, no matter what. The light's a little crazy. I got Dragon Ball Z playing on the TV right now while I'm on here. I always try to set the vibe for myself. But anyway, so I went through a good long time of trying to figure out if the person that I was becoming, or this character that I was really investing so much time and energy into, was really me, or was too much of what I thought I needed to be in order to match or beat the algorithm of content, of society, of networking and collaborating, you know what I mean? Like all those things, I felt like I had to be this person, BPR, and every now and then the real me would slip out in content or live streams, and then I'd always question, like, did I mess it up or what? I could have. I'm bugging. I thought I heard someone say my name. And I'm here alone. Am I bug? I gotta. It's who's watching? Did anyone hear? I'm bugging. What the fuck just happened right now? What the fuck just happened right now? I don't even know what the fuck. My heart went to my ass right now. I literally felt like I heard someone say something to me or say my name. And like they were right here. Meanwhile, I have headphones on. The mic is on and it's picking up everything. All right. I'm bugging out. All right. This is fucking shit. I don't know what to do right now. I'm kind of like, oh man. Woo. All right. I got so many thoughts running through my head right now, and I'm trying to stay focused. All right. Anyway, woo. All right. So anyway, how I dealt with that whole situation, right? Let's try to move forward. How I dealt with the whole situation of feeling like I was this imposter, right? And I didn't know what I was doing or where I was going, or I really didn't know if the things that I was creating, recording, and putting out there and the conversations I was having really mattered anymore. Like, I knew that I was doing something different and I was trying to like be more creative and out there. But the more and more I did it, I started feeling like I was losing that connection that I really had with it in the beginning. Or anytime that I went online, I started feeling like I went from really caring about conversations to being like this robot, and it started bothering me. Like, whether other people noticed it or felt that way also, whether they didn't or they liked it, it just bothered me. I would go back and I'd re-edit everything. I'll record for an hour, but then as soon as I'm done, I try to download everything. I go and I upload it and I start editing, and I have to re-watch the whole hour. And I go through and I take clips and then I put them to the side, and then I go back later to those clips and then I clean them up a little bit more. And so in that process, like, I see myself a lot. And every conversation that I'm having with every person, I see my demeanor, my face, my attitude, my energy. And like, I see it different for every person. But then I also noticed that with each episode, it kept going from like here to like it just started. And I just wondered, was it because I was losing the passion that I had for this idea of what I was trying to make? Or was it that I was really just getting tired and burnt out because I was trying too hard to keep up with everybody else doing streams, and I did too much and I couldn't keep up with it. I couldn't keep up with that. I couldn't keep up with going to work. I couldn't keep up with trying to hang out with my friends and keep everybody happy. And that's what got to me. And then I just started changing the way I thought about it, because after 6 months, I realized I really miss live streaming. I really miss networking with people. I miss being in the communities, and I miss all that. And I miss the feeling of like that I did something to help somebody. It made me feel special. It made me feel important. You know what I mean? So those thoughts, the affirmations that I was reading from books that I was getting from people. It's like, for this Father's Day, I want to share this book. I mean, everyone knows who this guy is. I mean, if you're in the content creating or the business mogul thing, the Cordone. Come on, green screen. Come on. The light. Anyway, it's the 10x. See, look, there you go. The 10x rule. I don't know how else to let you guys see it. The green screen thing is like, but that's the most recent book that I got, and I got it for Father's Day from my kids and their mom. And I really, really like the book. I wanted to get the book a while ago. It was something that Nipsey Hussle, I believe, once mentioned in like books that he read, or an older version of the book or a different one, um, from the same man. And I know he has like a following, and also like he has like I think it's like a YouTube show or channel or something where he has like it's almost like apprentices, and everyone's always trying to fight for a spot under him to train and to be a seller under him and get experience and all that stuff. And from that book to Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's a lot of specific books that stood out that when I read them. The Sun Tzu book. I always say his name wrong. The Art of War. That was a great fucking book. Also, I got the big thick one, the original. If you're gonna get the book, the Art of War book, I recommend getting the hard copy of the blood red one. It's amazing. It's like all the stuff is like on one page each, and then if you turn it over, they have the artwork on it. I want to show it on here, but I know the green screen shit is not going to work, and it's kind of a hassle. It's a big book, but the Art of War is really good, and it's really good because it's a book that it explains a lot through like a lot of the other books, especially like the 10x rule, goes through a lot of explanation instead of going straight to the point. And it tells a long story, like a lot of books, they'll tell a long story about a situation or something they experienced, and then what they did to get out of it or what they learned from it. And then they explain like the lesson in it, where the Art of War really, it goes into specific, it's all about war and treating everything just like war, and how no matter what, you could take those same aspects or tactics and put it to anything else in life. And if you look at everything like it's a thing of being attacked and making sure that you have a defensive line, and you're looking at everything from all angles and every perspective and every possibility, like there's no way that you won't be prepared and that you can't achieve success or victory in any way. So it's like, but it doesn't in a way that gets you so hooked, because it's like it kind of tells a story, but it's really, really obvious. Like, there's people that want to come and kill us. We have a wall, and there's like all these vantage points. So I'm going to do this, 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 and this, and I'm going to kill these people. And that's my plan. And then it happens, and then it worked. Like, it's really like that. It's like a how to achieve success for dummies type of thing, but in a ancient, I don't even know how to explain it in a good fucking way, but you just got to read the book. When you look at it, it seems intimidating. So like, I would say, like, especially if you get the version that I got, it's literally a big red book. It looks like a Bible book. It's in blood red. It has the words, and I don't want to be wrong. I think it's Japanese. Yeah. It could be Chinese. No, I think it's Japanese. Fuck if I'm wrong. But I think and it has the writing on that, and it says the Art of War. But it's a nice book. It's very detailed artwork and everything like that. But it's dope because when you read it, you learn there's a lot of like lessons that it's kind of weird, man. I get like, it gives me the thing of like when I used to watch Dragon Ball Z and they would fight, and like you think it's just regular fighting, but then they explain certain things that make a lot of sense that you're like, yo, that's kind of fucking dope, and it's weird, but then you can apply it to real life in some way. Like, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but it's like one of those things where through like the fighting tactics and everything, they explain things about being patient and like, not always making a decision in anger, because even though you think you got all this anger and you got all this like force, like you go and little do you know, you have like less focus and less real accuracy compared to like if you just took that anger and put it to just being more relaxed and focused and taking your time to think of every decision that you can make and all the consequences of it before you do it. You'll have a higher rate of success than you would if you just went in there all just with rage and thinking you're going to get revenge and you're going to show people who's boss and who's. You got to be patient, whether it takes a few days, a few weeks, a few months, even a few years. Be patient and know for a fact that you have the upper hand over the other person, because you know what to expect. You've thought of everything. You got to be, it's almost like being an overthinker, but in a controlled way where you don't let it get to you and have it be your flaw. It's like your superpower. You think of everything that can happen and you're prepared for anything that can happen. And it seems crazy and kind of like, obsessive in a way or whatever. But like, if you read it, it's a lot, man. It's very good. The 10X rule has been amazing so far. I've been hitting it every time when I'm at work and I got break in between. I'm always reading a few, or if not, when I'm here at the crib. Also, another one that I really like that was also recommended by Nipsey Hussle was Made to Stick. Yes. This one I've actually read a few times. It's not going to come up on here. How did I do it last time? I did it. I can't do it anyway. The green screen thing. Made the Stick. That's another good book. What else do I have? The 48 Laws of Power. That's another good book. But all these books basically that I reread a lot. I have a lot of chapters in it that I have my post-it notes in it of either quotes or lines that really make me think or inspire me or remind me of what I'm trying to do. It's little things like that. And that's what helped me when I was in that point of wondering, what the fuck I was trying to do, who I was trying to become, if I was really invested in this as much as I thought I was, if it was that it was me, my instinct telling me that I need to give up on it and that I need to stop, or whether it was me overthinking and letting people get in my head and peer pressure take over. It was a lot of little things like that I had. And, but I got through it. I'm back on here streaming. This is day 3 of my little 30-day somewhat-ish marathon of streaming. See, and I know the first few days are going to be rough and they're going to be like this, but I have a strong feeling that as it goes on, it's going to be totally different. This green screen shit will probably fucking really be fixed and not all raggedy like it's been acting up. The sound will be better. My face color and light will be better. Like, everything's going to improve with time. Because I enjoy this. I enjoy interacting with you guys, even if it's for a few, minutes or whatever the fuck. I like it. This is like the most exciting part of my day. Like, I don't have anything else going on, to be honest with you right now. I really can't wait for tomorrow, though, honestly, 4th of July. But anyway, what am I going on? Oh, okay. So anyway, a thing that I wanted to do is be consistent, right? So I started really trying to focus on staying consistent with live streaming, staying consistent with creating content and putting things out there. But I didn't have the time to stream, so I didn't have the time to record, so I didn't have the content to make more content. So that's the reason I stream like this, and I try to stream for an hour so that later I could chop it up and take little things. Like that's the best that I could do as far as trying to create content and put myself out there. And then whenever I have a guest speaker, I do the same thing and put it out there until I get to the point where I can actually take a trip or something to go see somebody in person, or they're out here locally and I can bring them here and do something live. Like, I'm doing what I can with what I have just to stay consistent to the point where it's really not about me just recording, but just making sure that anytime you see anything with clocking out, it's like it's new. I want you to just keep seeing new stuff. And right now, I know a lot of things seem boring and repetitive and all that. Trust me, I totally understand. I get it. Like I said, after these hour streams, I go back and I rewatch it myself over and over and over, and I edit and stuff. Like, there's a lot of little things like this freaking thing that keeps coming up. It's because of the fans on and the green screen's moving, so stuff in the background showing up. But it's stuff like that, bro, that I just, after a while, I'm gonna have to just learn how to fix and get better at with time, and it's definitely gonna happen. Hold on. People are freaking texting me now and everything. What the hell is this? All right. So I might actually have to end this stream soon because I was supposed to start at 7 and be done by 8. Fuck. That's another thing, this whole schedule thing. And I was late because I wanted to eat, and then I got caught up reading an article and all this other stuff. And TikTok's a dangerous thing. TikTok is like Target, but for like just wasting time. Same way you go to Target and you waste money, like you go there just for fucking soap and you come out with pillows and stuffed animals and fucking cookies and Starbucks and shit that you didn't even fucking need or want, but everything's on sale and it looks nice, and it's, I'm not gonna find this price anywhere else and might as well get it now. It's, I'm gonna need it later. And it's just like that. You go on TikTok just for like, I'm just gonna scroll real quick while my food is heating up, and then next thing you know, you're down the rabbit hole of if the president is a fucking alien and where the lizard people live and the fucking moon made out of cheese and shit. And then you're just like, damn, like, I don't know. But yeah, man. So we're going to have to wrap this up. I'm trying to figure out how to wrap it up. regardless of what, tomorrow's the 4th of July. I was debating if I was going to live stream. I definitely am going to live stream. I'm really hoping that I get those links in and all that stuff for POAPs tomorrow. It's been a minute since I did POAPs. I did send it earlier this week. It should have been approved. I guess being that I haven't done it in a while, they have to like review my account and all that stuff like that. But I hope you guys do enjoy the POAP. I'm trying to get back into the mix of creating my own stuff again. All my POAPs I did in the past, I did myself, and I'm very proud of those for my first few ones. These new ones of clocking out, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys like what I have planned for it. And the next couple of weeks, I'm looking for guest speakers. Anybody want to come up here and chop it up with me? Let me know. We can set something up. But please know that it's only like around 7 p.m. or later. I try not to be, it's between 7 p.m. and like 8:39, the latest. But I try to get off. That was not a good way to pause right now. I'm sorry. I try to get offline before it gets too late, because then I have time to upload and edit and then do all that before I go to sleep to get ready for work and waking up at the crack of ass at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So I try my best to do what I can before it gets too late for the next day. And then on my break, I come back and then I try to make clips, and then I go back to work and I come back at night and I put the clips out and then I go, so I try to stick to this little routine that I'm hoping it works. But what can we get on here right now? We might have to I might just redo this episode tomorrow, in all honesty, because there's a lot of things that I didn't get to cover. And it's only, it was almost an hour. We have like another 15 minutes, but I do really have to fucking go, man. I hate this shit. That's another thing that my whole thing is clocking out, right? My whole thing is a clock, but in all honesty, the clock makes me so fucking anxious. So I don't know if that's a good thing that I have a clock as the mascot or not, but I get so much anxiety anytime I look at a clock. I had a watch for Father's Day. And every time I look at this, I get mad anxious. But it looks nice. I like it. My mom got it for me. And she got my dad the same watch. And so, like, I like it. But anytime I see it, and then especially since it doesn't have the numbers, it makes me really anxious because then I'm trying to think. And then I start getting, like, anxiety attacks of, like, thinking of time and how much time is left and what's passing. And, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up here. I hope you guys got some. There wasn't much value in today's episode. I know that for a fact. I'm sorry about that. I got a little bit distracted and all over the place. I think what threw it off, and I think what does throw it off. Yeah, no, there isn't enough hours in a day, man. There definitely isn't. But I think what really throws me off at times, yesterday was the same thing too. I started like, 3 minutes or was it like 6? I started the stream 6 minutes late, and it threw me off because the whole time I'm looking and I try to look at the time and I try to make sure that each topic or each segment that I try to go over, I give it a certain amount of time so I don't go over an hour or I'm not too under an hour, or like I try to be as precise as I can. That's how much I overthink about this crap. And being that I'm off by a couple of minutes, it throws me off. I start looking at it, and every time I look at a segment and I look at the time, it throws me off of what I'm supposed to be. And I start overthinking, and I fumble, or I start mumbling, or I start rambling, which is even worse. And I go from one thing to another. I don't stay on topic, and then the podcast episode is everywhere. So see, again, this is another reason why it's good to do a 30-day stream and learn from these lessons. See? But it's all good, man. It's just we're getting back in it. It's like getting back into the gym after you haven't been in there for a while. You got to start with the small weights first. If not, you're going to shit up your spine. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I got to get out of here. I keep trying to ramble on to extend the time to feel better, but at the same time, it's like cheating because I'm not talking about what I'm supposed to. So I don't want to waste you guys' time anymore. I do appreciate you coming and kicking with me, Knock Show. Shout out to Father Ginger. Wait, is it Father Ginger? Yeah, Father Ginger Avenger. Father Ginger, your name is so fucking long, bro. Father Ginger Avenger. Shout out to Knock Show. I love y'all. Please make sure that if you do have a POAP wallet, if not, if you just want to use your email, go to the website, fill out the information so I have your information so I can just send it to you. All right. Whatever info is asking for, make sure you fill it out so that you can qualify for the POAP. maybe even a giveaway or two. I'm gonna be giving some stuff away, and sending things to y'all. So I think I have it set up for your addresses too, if you would like to. And I know it's kind of rough to ask for specifics, information, especially with the way that is this headphone is blown out. Especially with the way how social media is nowadays. I know like it's kind of everything could be a spam or scam, and I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm not sending you viruses. I'm not going to blow up your email with ads and all that shit like that. I don't have time for that. And I'm not smart enough to have the self-generating shit that does that for me. I'm sorry. I'm poor. So but please, yeah, thank you, yo. I really appreciate it. Have a good fourth knock show. Have a great night. I love y'all. Stay safe. Again, I'll be reaching. I remember the people, and every time that I go back and I look at the stream, I look at the chat. So I remember the people. I got them remembered. So I will be blessing you guys with a PO app tomorrow or as soon as I get the links. Have a great, safe night. I truly appreciate you guys. Don't understand the people that come during the stream, the ones who tune in afterwards and listen on Spotify or go and watch on YouTube or rewatch it on Twitch. I appreciate you guys so much. I've been working on trying to get it on X. For whatever reason, X is just being a pain in the ass. It said that I had to have a premium account. I got a premium account. It still doesn't want to connect or work on it for some reason. So I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's StreamYard. I don't know if it's X. I don't know if it's my account. But I went the route of just making sure there was no excuse, and I just paid for everything. So everything should be connecting, but I'm still having some issues here and there. But right now we are streaming live on YouTube. We are streaming live on Twitch. We're streaming live on Kick. I'm trying to focus more on and build more on there. I see a lot of opportunity on there. I mentioned that to let you guys know if anyone is interested and you are trying to get into this live streaming thing, I honestly believe that Kick is a smart move. No disrespect to any of the other live streaming sites, but I think Kick is a good area to go focus on. I see a lot of gray area there, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of space there to grow and create. It's just too many people are comparing it to other live streaming sites, and they just need to give it a shot. All right, okay, I got to get the fuck out of here. It's already 8:10. All right, I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a great night. Happy 4th of July, everybody. I'll see y'all. I'm going to hop on here tomorrow. At some time, I'm going to hop on here, and I'm going to get a stream out the way because I need to make up for today, and I don't want to just take a day off of this 30-day stream. I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a great